Hey guys, this video is gonna be a little long, but stick to the very end if it's gonna save you a whole lot of money. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Abhilash. I'm a wildlife photographer. I sell prints and I also co-own a brand called Safari Monks. But keeping that aside, like I mentioned, this video is about how I'm gonna save you, painters, photographers and artists, all you folks out there from the internet scams that's going around. So I'll tell you a story that happened with me a couple of weeks back. I got an email from this guy called Rosh Middleton, stating he's from Wisconsin and he would be interested in purchasing a couple of prints of my work to gift to his wife on the occasion of 20th wedding anniversary. I thought it's a good lead. We continued the conversation. I sent him a couple of sample images. I sent him the link to my website. He went through across all those samples and decided on 3 prints finally. Asked for my price. I quoted $500 for each print because he wanted large size, okay? Like 3 feet by 2 feet. Those are big size prints. So I quoted $500 per print, including shipping charges. So that was roughly around 1,500 American dollars for an order of 3 prints. Rosh agreed. I thought we had a deal. Little did I know though. Yeah. So still no red flags, no caveat in there. Couple of email exchanges happened. Rosh, after a couple of days, dropped in a note saying, since he was planning to surprise his wife, he insisted that I ship those prints not to him but to his friend's place, who's again based in some different part of America. Still no caveats there because I'm getting the payment, I'm shipping it to the address the client wants. It's still a deal, right? Then couple of days went by again and Rosh dropped in a note saying he's okay with the deal, but then he would only be able to continue with it if I'm able to accept check instead of online transfer. That's the first catch, okay? So historically, I have sold prints to clients in Europe and America, but all those transactions have either been through PayPal or through direct net banking. I do not take check and I do not advise you to take checks as well. So by this time, we had realized that this is some sort of a scam that this guy is running, but I wanted to play along to get to know the entire business model. I have a very close friend of mine based out of California. He's been staying there for almost a decade now. So I asked Rosh to write a check to my friend's name and send it across. And once we get the money, I can ship him his prints. Rosh agreed again. But then after a day or two, he dropped in a mail saying he owed a couple of dollars to his friend, to whom I'm supposed to ship the prints, by the way. So instead of sending $1,500, he has sent $3,000 check. So that's double the amount. Psychologically, for someone who's new and who's selling prints, since you're receiving this much amount, a big amount, you would probably not think it through properly. But I agreed, like I'm fine, like send across your $3,000 check. We have already realized that you're running a scam scheme here, but let's see how it basically works around. So I agreed for Rosh to send across $3,000 check to my friend. The check reached my friend in a day's timeline. So he had sent it through FedEx Express delivery. My friend received the check and my friend encashed the check in his bank and received the amount, that is $3,000. So here is the thing. This is the difference between banking systems in India and in America. In India, if I'm going and depositing a check, the bank will first validate the authenticity of the check and then deposit the money in my account. It's a longer process, lengthier process, but it's a foolproof process. In America, what happens is when you go and deposit a check, the bank will immediately encash the amount to your account and then run the validation of the check process in parallel. That might take 2 to 4 days. It can take weeks in some cases. So this is how the business model works of these scams basically. So they know they have a window of 2 to 4 days. Once you encash the check, you receive the amount, which is probably 2 to 3 times what you have asked for. They would try to build in a fake sense of urgency. In my case, Rosh dropped in a note saying his wife has contracted the virus, COVID virus, and then they have been quarantined, they have been asked to vacate their house, and the health officials have asked them to go out of the city, put them into quarantine, whatnot, basically all rubbish. So I knew that there is, like, I do have a cancellation policy for my prints, but then I'm smart enough to realize which is a genuine one, which is a fake sense of urgency, right? So I thought of holding on for 2 to 3 days so that the bank can do the validation in parallel. And that's exactly what happened. Even though the bank had deposited $3,000 to my friend's account, After 4 days, when the bank was able to validate that the check was fake, the bank took back those $3,000. So if I would have transferred that 1500 surplus amount to his friend's account, then I would have lost a big chunk of money. $1,500 is close to 1 lakh rupees. That's a big chunk of money for anyone. So this is how the scam works basically. A quick Google search told me that these guys have been running these scams for over years now, and they have been duping a whole lot of artists and photographers who are just starting up and want to build a career and want to sell a print. Because let me tell you, selling a print is the highest kick any artist gets out of whole sort of work that he or she does. All right. So this is how it works, the scam basically. Psychologically, you are blinded because you are receiving this big amount of money, and the money does get deposited in your account. So psychologically, it affects you. You are not able to do a rational thinking. So one important thing to keep in mind in this respect is, when you're talking to a client via email or a phone call or in person, if a deal sounds too good to be true, it is not true at the first place. Okay, that's a golden rule you should be sticking to. So that's all I wanted to share, guys. Share this with your friends who are photographers, artists and painters. Save them the hassle, the emotional turmoil, and save them from getting duped from big amount of money. Enjoy your day, guys. Take care and stay safe. Cheers.